Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and today I'm going to talk to you about the PSP. Yes, it is a little old. It's been out for several years. The new one I believe is a PS Vita. Um, couldn't get that much information on this, so this was right here what I actually used to use hourly. This was probably the last time I actually was dedicated to any kind of gaming. Now I probably play 20 minutes to an hour monthly on video games. So this PSP right here, for me at least, was to step forward into what we call now our mobile devices, our micro consoles, our tablets. This device here had enormous amounts of horsepower behind it for its time. Nice LCD screen on there. It felt nice in the hand. It wasn't very heavy. It wasn't like the Game Boy, in other words. And you were able to play high definition graphics on it. It blew me away when I first saw it. It was just amazing how detailed the graphics were and how the games would play on this little tiny little device that fit in my back pocket. And the battery life on this thing. When I actually used this, I was driving limos, so it'd be hours at a time. I'll be in the car, and I'll just be playing on this, and I would never see the battery drain as it does today with our new phones and micro consoles. This device here was actually built to be released. You can actually release this one this year. I mean, it was just ahead of its time for what it was. So let's go ahead and take a couple looks here at a. This is a PSP 3000 box. So they had a 1000, a 2000, and a 3000 model. Um, you can see here the device has photos, music, video game network, the PlayStation network, which now has evolved enormously. Back then, it wasn't like it was today. And this is another version that they made of this PSP, which is called the PSP Go. Don't think this actually ended up being released in the U.S. It was released in Japan, but this is just one of the little models that they had of it. Personally, I like the controls to the side. It kind of gave you the experience that this thing is happening right there in between your thumbs. It was great. Um, this you can see here with some of the hardware that was in it. Now the processor, a 333 megahertz processor, is old, but to be put in a mobile device when this thing was released is incredible. The battery is still larger than many smartphone batteries today, and it was tiny. It was a tiny little battery that was in this thing. So in 2004, Sony released a device that basically, to me, in my eyes, pushed us to the next generation of mobile devices. Crisp, clear screen, lots of horsepower, lots of space, made for the consumers. It wasn't made for replacing cartridges left and right. You can actually store music on there, videos on there. It was a portable little mini computer back then. And this, to me, is the micro consoles that I would use today. I'm familiar with Shield and a couple other ones that are out there. Other students did reports on that, so this is what I picked out. And I think to me, this is like the first step towards where we are today. This is what created and paved the way, this and the iPhone, to what we have today. And that concludes my video review for the PSP. And I'll see you guys all next week.